wake up because your phone vibrates. Not a loud buzz, not an alarm, just a small insistence against the nightstand. A reminder that something in your world is still active. It takes you a second to remember where you are. Your room is dark, the air is still, and you're warm, half buried under the blanket like you were a minute ago. You turn your head toward the window. Nothing moves. You glance at the clock. 2 a.m. Your phone vibrates again. This time, the screen lights up, throwing a pale rectangle onto the ceiling. You reach for it with the same lazy irritation you'd have for a spam email. Maybe a wrong number, maybe one of those automated alerts that shouldn't exist. You tap the screen. One message, no contact name, no profile picture, just 4 words. I can see you. Your thumb hovers above the keyboard. You don't scream, you don't jump out of bed. Not yet. Because the first thing your mind does, always, is try to be reasonable. It's a prank, a glitch. Someone typed the wrong number. You blink and wipe the sleep out of your eyes and read it again. I can see you. There's a strange sensation that follows, like the room got a little smaller when you read the words, like the walls closed in. You sit up, you listen. No footsteps, no creaking floorboards, no whisper of movement. Just the soft hum of your home doing what homes do at night. You glance at the door, closed. You glance at the corner of the room, dark. Your chest tightens, but you tell yourself it's because you woke up too fast. You type, "Who is this?" You hit send. The message shows delivered, then immediately read. That's the first thing that makes the hair on your arm stand up. Because nobody reads a text instantly at 2 a.m. Not unless they're already holding their phone. Not unless they're waiting. You stare at the screen. The typing indicator appears. 3 dots. Then it stops. Then it appears again. Then it stops. You're holding your breath without meaning to. Finally, a reply comes through. Nice blanket. It's not what they said. It's what it implies. You look down. Your blanket is one you've had for years. Dark gray, soft, a little worn at the edges. You haven't posted it anywhere online. It's not special. But the person texting you knows you're under it. You swallow and type back. What do you want? Read. Immediately. The reply comes a little slower this time. I want you to do what you always do. You stare at that. That doesn't make any sense. And when something doesn't make any sense, your brain does what it always does to survive. It fills in the gaps. Someone's outside your home, watching through your window, a neighbor, a stalker, a stranger with too much time on their hands. You swing your legs out of bed. The floor is cold. You stand very still and listen again. Nothing. You move carefully to the door and put your hand on the knob. You don't open it yet. You don't know why. Maybe you don't want to be the kind of person who opens doors at 2 a.m. Maybe you don't want to prove that you can be controlled. You step back and look around your room. Your closet, closed. The bathroom door, cracked open, just a sliver. You don't remember leaving it that way. Your stomach drops. But then you remember, you got water earlier. You probably didn't close it. Probably. Your phone vibrates. Another message. Don't stand by the door. Your eyes flick from the screen to the door. You take a step backward without thinking. Your heart begins to drum. Not fast, just heavy. Like it's trying to remind you that you're still alive. You tell yourself you're being paranoid, and then you realize you didn't hear the message come in. You felt it, but you didn't hear it. That's odd. Your phone has sound on. You tap the volume. Max. You toggle silent mode. Off. Your phone vibrates again. Better. You take another step back. Now you're in the center of the room, far from the door, far from the window, and suddenly you understand something that makes your mouth go dry. They're not just watching you, they're directing you, like a piece on a game board. And the worst part is how calm they sound. No screaming, no threats, just certainty. You try to call someone, anyone, a friend, a sibling, the first person in your recent calls. Your thumb hits the call button, the screen flickers, no signal. You look at the top corner of your phone, 1 bar, then none, then a full set, then none again. Your battery percentage shifts, 48%, 51, 46. That's impossible. You feel the urge to laugh because your brain wants to think this is stupid. Your brain wants this to be a scam, a glitch, a prank. Because if it's stupid, you can solve it. But if it's real, you have to survive it. Your phone vibrates. You always check the window next. You freeze because you were going to check the window. It wasn't even a conscious thought. It was just the script you followed your entire life when you hear something at night. Door, window, hallway, back to bed. And this person knows you. Maybe not your name, more than your number, but your pattern. They know how you move when you're afraid. You don't go to the window. You refuse. You stand there, phone in your hands, eyes scanning the dark corners. Your breathing is shallow now. You can hear it. A whisper in your own ears. You type, "Are you in my house?" Red. This time, the typing indicator stays. 3 dots. It doesn't stop. It just keeps going. Like someone is hovering over the keyboard, enjoying the pause, enjoying making you wait. Finally, the reply arrives. "I'm in your night." That doesn't help. It just makes it worse because it sounds like poetry. And poetry is what people use when they don't want to be clear. You swallow and wipe your palm against your shirt. You step toward your bed again thinking maybe you can grab something, anything, a flashlight, a heavy object, your keys. The moment you move, your phone vibrates, and the message appears like it was already there. You shouldn't have moved. Your entire body locks. You stop mid-step, 1 foot lifted, the other one planted, like a statue. You lower your foot as if the floor might bite it. You listen, hard. The hum of the house, the distant rush of air in the vent, the subtle creak of wood settling. Then, something else. So faint you think you imagined it. A soft exhale. Not yours. You turn your head inch by inch towards the bathroom door. It's still cracked, just a sliver, a thin line of black. Your throat tightens because you can't see inside, but you can imagine it. You can imagine someone standing in there, perfectly still, holding their breath, waiting. You raise the phone closer to your face as if it could protect you. Another vibration. Don't open that. You stare at the message, because if they're warning you, then they know you'll do it. And if they know you'll do it, then you're not deciding anything. You're performing. The fear shifts. It's not the fear of a stranger breaking in. It's the fear of being predictable, of being known, of being read. Your eyes flick to the window, then to the door, then to the closet. Every shadow becomes a place someone could be, and every place someone could be becomes a question you don't want answered. Your phone vibrates again. You're thinking about running. You hadn't even admitted it, but the thought's there, pure animal instinct. Get out, get away, leave everything. You take 1 step toward the door. The phone vibrates. Don't. There's nothing else, just that. A single word, not a threat, not an insult, just a command. And it lands in your chest like a heavy weight. Because a command only works if you believe something bad will happen when you disobey. And you do. You stand there shaking now, and you hate yourself for it. You hate that you're listening. You hate that you're letting a phone tell you where you can stand in your own home. Your phone screen dims. You tap it. The chat is still there. 1 bar of signal. Then none. The typing indicator appears again. 3 dots. Then nothing. Just silence. That's when you realize the worst thing. It wasn't the messages that made you afraid. It was the fact that someone could stop them. Like they'd said what they'd needed to say. Like the game was over, and now you're supposed to sit in the quiet in the dark and wonder where the danger actually was. Because if they were outside, you'd hear something. If they were inside, you'd hear something too. But you hear nothing, which means either you're alone or whoever is in here is better at being still than you are. The phone is dead. Even though it said 46%. You stand in the dark with an object in your hand that is suddenly useless. And you realize you've been using it like a lantern. Now it's gone. Then very quietly you hear it again. That soft exhale. Closer. Right behind you. And it's not loud. It's not dramatic. It's the sound the person makes when they finally stop holding their breath. Your skin goes cold. Your mouth opens. But before you can make a sound, before you can turn, before you can run, you feel the phone vibrate in your hand. A final message appears on a screen that shouldn't be on. I told you. Later, someone will ask you when you first noticed something was wrong. You'll want to say it was the message, or the bathroom door, or the way your phone lost signal like the world had been cut off. But you'll know the truth. Because some part of you already understood. Some part of you knew that whatever was happening wasn't outside trying to get in. It was already close enough to watch you wake up. If this happened to you, what would you have done differently?